Ready, Rich?
Everybody set? Yes, sir. Okay.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. What's an exciting day for our team and our off season as we bring back and announce the assigning of Nathan Eovaldi. Certainly, everyone knows the role he's played in our organization and winning our first World Series championship. But really, I think it's beyond what he does on the field that creates such great value to our organization. Who he is as a person, the leader he is in the clubhouse, the way he inspires his teammates, the way he brings a championship mindset every single day to the ballpark. It rubs off on everybody in our entire organization. We couldn't have a better player to emulate the values that we want as an organization. And really, really excited and happy that Evo's back. So with that, Evo, come on up. Congratulations and welcome back.
Thank you.
Awesome, man.
Bailey, can you?
Yep, right here.
Yeah.
Here I am. Here we go. Perfect. I got it. Great.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right, Mike's yours. I'm going to stand off to the side.
Interesting situation, Evo, that he says welcome back. Did it feel like you left?
No, I mean, obviously going into it, knowing that I was going to be a free agent, and kind of listening to the market and everything, I'm extremely happy to be back, and I'm glad we were able to make it all work out.
How much contact did you have with other teams, and what did you learn that maybe made you want to make sure you came back here?
It was more so just talking about like the negotiation side of things, 2-year deals, 3-year deals, things like that. It was a lot different this time around when I didn't have the qualifying offer tied to me. We had a lot of teams reach out right away, and we were in contact with most of them across the league. So, ultimately we were able to make it back here.
What made you? This team made it very clear that you were their top priority, but you've been through free agency before, and you moved around freely if you needed to, no pun intended. But I think it was your top priority to get something done with this team too. So I think it was reciprocal.
Yeah.
Why?
Again, when I first came over here to the Rangers, I felt like then they made it a priority to go out there and get me. When they ended up signing, DeGrom and Heaney, I thought we may not have an opportunity for that, but at the end of the day, then we were able to go get it done and join the Rangers. And it was ultimately CY's vision that sold me on that, of winning a World Series championship. And when we negotiated and we were talking again this time around, it was that same vision that brought me back over here. I believe in the guys in the group that we have. We were able to do it in 23. I don't feel a lot has changed. Obviously we had a down year last year, but I said it before, you learn a lot from those losing seasons, and the guys, you train harder, you work harder, you don't want to finish, not in the postseason, and that's what it's about, is pitching in October and going out there and competing and, bringing home a World Series title. And everything that CY told me and the moves and, having ownership back him and his plan and the vision, it was encouraging for me to come back, and I want to be a part of it.
Has the vision been tweaked at all since the first go around here, or is it still the same? Championships?
Yeah, win championships. That's what it comes down to, is winning World Series titles, and I think we have a great opportunity in doing that.
What when you look at the rotation?
Having DeGrom healthy full time, we saw the glimpse of it in 23, and I loved it. Bradford, I think, is going to play a huge factor again if he stays healthy. He goes out there and he pitches, and it gives our rotation a different look. You got Rocker, who's healthy. You got John Gray coming back healthy. Malley. We got a lot of guys that are there, and obviously myself, but I'm excited for it.
CY in front office have obviously been very busy these last couple of weeks. Does that reassure you that obviously the vision hasn't changed?
Yes. Yeah. When he's going out there, he's doing what they said, and we still got plenty of time till spring training starting up and everything, and talking to the guys, and everybody seems to be working hard. And again, we weren't happy with the way that we finished last year, and we know we have a lot of work to do.
Obviously, Jonah will be back. What do you know about your new catcher? conversations with them?
So in 2016, I was around when he was over there with the Yankees. So I mean, we're familiar with each other, and a lot of the guys that I've talked to with the Yankees, we always stay in contact, players and stuff, and you talk to the pitchers, and they love working with Higgy, and I think he's going to be huge for us. He's going to be able to help Jonah out a lot. They're going to be able to split time, and everybody's going to be well rested, and I think that's part of it, right? Last year we dealt with a lot of injuries early on to the season, and we knew that would be a struggle trying, keep everything afloat until those guys came back. And last year we weren't able to do that, but I think, again, you learn a lot from the losing seasons, and you're going to have guys like Higgy being able to help out the lineup, the hitters, and same with the pitchers.
So what's the thing that you learn from a season like that? So what has to be learned?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the pitching, I thought the rotation did really good. I thought the bullpen was great. Obviously, we're going to take ownership for the, the bad times, the good and the bad. But it's a team effort thing, though, right? I don't think we hit as well as we wanted to. I think that was surprising, especially with the 23 season that we had. The defense, I thought, at times as well, we struggled defensively. I think the walks as the rotation, the home runs, there were a lot of things that we did wrong, right? But you come into the season knowing what you have to work on and what you have to do to get better.
What's the relief level like? Getting the deal done, having it now in the rear view, you don't have to
Yeah,
think about it
no,
anymore.
it's definitely nice, especially with the holidays coming up. We got a lot going on back home. I'm sure, a lot of the guys do as well. I feel like once Thanksgiving hits, there's no more free time or anything like that. Having the kids and all their activities that they got going on outside of school and with school, it's a busy time for us. So it's nice to have this kind of done and out of the way.
It's weird. We've asked Siwat, for the list of all the different guys he's talking to. For some reason, he won't give them to us. But signing you, free agents don't typically go back to their original club. And free agents with World Series experience, that's an even smaller set that goes back to the original club. So what should the message be to other free agents that are out there when you re-sign with this club?
I feel like that's a tough one. I feel like a lot of the things it comes down to, them being comfortable with where they're going, making sure that they get the right deal that they want. I don't know. It's tough because, the window's not going to be open all the time too, right? So you got to be able to be prepared for that moment. I thought my agency did a great job with me, and just providing me with all the information and all the deals that were out there. I mean, whether they were good or bad, but just letting me know what was going on during the process. But I don't know. I'm very fortunate to be here.
Nate, after your last start, you expressed the desire to come back. But how confident were you really that it would work out?
Again, a lot of the times, when you're in this process, the teams will say a lot of different things, how much they want you and, desire you back. And, my agency said that we were in contact with the Rangers throughout the entire time, the entire process. I know there's a lot of rumors, some teams we were involved with, and then it kind of died down and picked back up at random times. But, the Rangers really never left sight. And at the end of the day, we were able to get it done.
Now, Boch has a pretty good track record of winning a World Series, missing the playoffs, and winning again. What do you sense from him, though, having learned from him these 2 years and knowing him as a manager?
Boch is going to be there every day for us, right? He's going to be there guiding the way, leading us along. And, I don't know. There's just so many different things that you learn. You pick up little things along the way. And, he hates losing. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the biggest things is he hates losing and he wants to win more than anybody I know. So I want to be a part of that.
Has he said anything to remind you guys of that? Has he ever brought that up, though?
What's that?
Did I miss a World?
No. Yeah, not too much.
Anything
I think he wants
outside
to.
of baseball that influenced your decision that you like about the area, about the people around here?
It's close to home for me. Being in the Houston area and stuff. It's nice for my wife and the kids to be able to come up here on the weekends. I definitely got to see them a lot more this time during the season than I previously had. So it's great being able to obviously be around my family a lot more.
When clubs look at you and what you bring to their organization, of course they look at what you bring on the field and your talent level. But then it almost directly follows your character and what you bring in, the leadership, the mentality, kind of taking guys under your wing. You've been said to be, the favorite teammate of position players and pitchers. So when you hear that your character almost overshadows your talent when you have so much of it. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot to me. You know, I feel like a lot of the times we play the game to win, but you also want to be a good teammate and you want to have your teammates enjoy being around you. And, you know, I definitely enjoy being around my teammates. I feel like everybody has an opportunity, you know, to help us win. You know, it may not be an every night opportunity because they may not be playing all the time, but if they're prepared to help win and help us win, it's going to be huge. You know, in 23, it came down to the last game of the season for us, and if somebody helped out along the way to help get us there, I mean, that's what matters the most, right? You know, the young guys, they may not make the season out of spring training, even though that's the goal. But you know, when they come up in August and September, you know, you want to try to help them prepare for success. You know, I've been around long enough to where, you know, I've had my ups and I've had my downs, and you know, unfortunately, I feel like you learn a lot from your failures. And if I can help, you know, some of the younger guys try to slow the game down and being able to execute a big pitch in a big moment, you know, that's what I want to try to do.
It seems like the reported terms, the way your contract breaks down, it seems like you're being a good teammate. Are you was it structured with the purpose of doing more this year for the team overall?
You know, I told my agency it didn't matter like how well it was, you know what I mean, like what the structure was, like I was willing to do whatever.
Speaking of deals out there, what did you think when you saw the Soto deal?
Yeah, it was impressive, right? You know, honestly, I didn't think anybody would come close to the Ohtani deal, but every year it seems to get better. And, you know, you find one guy who stands out the most. And, I mean, Soto had an incredible season. And, I mean, I think everything that he brings to a lineup and the team, it's you know, he brings a lot. So.
Nate, last year in July, there were conversations that maybe the team would trade you just given the position where the team was, you being a free agent. You obviously could have come back had that been the case, but I'm curious, the decision to put more in towards winning last year and the commitment to you guys in the clubhouse, did that mean anything to you and in any way just reinforce what you said earlier about knowing that CY and his team have a commitment to winning and they're not going to run at the first sign of trouble?
Yeah, I mean, you know, CY has always said that he's trying to build a good atmosphere in the clubhouse. And I feel like we had a great group of guys that we had last year in the clubhouse. And I think that if you have, you know, that good camaraderie, you're going to start to pull for one another and you're going to find a way to get out of that situation that you're in. And, you know, the fact that he trusted us and, you know, kept us around, it meant a lot to a lot of the guys.
So what would you tell a prospective free agent about the Texas Rangers and your experience coming here?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, make your recruiting pitch. Seriously.
No, I mean, if the clubhouse, the stadium, I mean, it's top of the art, top of the line. I mean, the food's incredible. I mean, there's so many things you want to talk about, right? Like, I mean, the stadium's awesome. You know, I mean, we play most of our games with the roof closed. And then fan base, you know, you have all the fans going. Ever since I've been here, the fan base has been incredible. You have support every night. We have
all those things are great.
Yeah, yeah. And then when it comes to the competing,
as he is. I mean, that's a very high tier. You came here to win.
Yes.
I mean, you believe that there is the ability to continue to win here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, and then again, the ownership backing us and having, you know, their support and having CY's vision of, you know, being a good teammate and, you know, finding the right pieces for the clubhouse. I mean, we're going to go out there and we're going to win a lot of games. You have our lineup, you have, you know, the defense. It's fun to think about where everybody's going to be playing this year and, you know, how they're going to be contributing. You've got, you know, our pitching staff. You've got the bullpen. You know, obviously we've got some more moves that need to be made. But you know, we've got the young guys in the farm system coming up that are, you know, you had Church finishing the season last year. I mean, you saw the stuff that he had. You had D-Rob coming in too, and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
You've won 2 World Series rings, so you have, you know, the luxury to kind of compare and contrast.
Mm-hmm.
With the Red Sox and then with Texas Rangers. What was different about winning with the Rangers?
You know, when I went over there to the Red Sox, I got traded over there at that time. They're both extremely special to me. With the Rangers, I was able to start from spring training on, and you know, they both mean a lot to me. And again, it kind of comes down to the camaraderie you have in the clubhouse, right? Like, everybody's pulling for one another. You get hot at the right time, and anything can happen. I've been on teams where, we may not have been as close to one another in the clubhouse, and I feel like it translated out on the field.
Are you throwing yet?
Yeah.
Just long tossing, or what are you doing?
I touched around today, maybe, but no, yeah, throwing a lot of flat grounds. I feel great. Long toss, mixing in all my pitches, working on everything.
So you passed your physical, so I guess everything's okay then. Huh?
I did, yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. Why take a few questions. Nate's going to stick around. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Congrats.
So what's next? What you got for us next?
We're talking about Evo.
Was there ever much of a doubt in your mind? I mean, obviously you have to protect yourself because he could have left, but did you feel pretty confident, see why the whole time, that you were going to be
John, I was hopeful. I don't take for granted that when a player goes to free agency, there are a lot of options, and player can intellectually become attached to another organization, another opportunity. And the fact that Nate chose to come back here, he had great opportunities, I have no doubt about that. But he chose to come back here because not only was it the right fit for he and his family, but because the number one thing he wants to accomplish is winning championships, and we are aligned in that. And I knew all along he was the right guy to help us do that. How that came together and the timing of it took a little bit, but nonetheless, we got the outcome we both desired.
What does it say on the marketplace, right? A guy signs with a place first time, and we can talk about vision and all that stuff, but a lot of times it's market driven.
Yeah.
A second time around, guys won a world championship here.
Yeah.
What does it say when he backs it up and comes back?
Well, to me, it's a vote of confidence that he believes in what we're doing. We've accomplished one of our goals of winning a championship, but that wasn't the only goal we had. And so, and really, I think the outlook, as I've said all along, is very positive. I think our window is wide open. I believe in the core group that we have. It's our job as a front office to continue to improve this club. But when you have winners like Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi and the players that we have on the position player side and the rest of our rotation, we have a great core group. And we still need to keep going. We still need to keep adding. But the goal is to make last year kind of a small speed bump, and the standard for us is excellence, and we've got a chance to compete for championships year in, year out.
So can you use it? Can you use it when you're still shopping to go out there and say, listen, this guy believed in us, we won a championship, and he still believes in what we've got?
I think players understand that, Evan. Players know what he's about. We've already put him to work. We're not going to tell you who, but we've put him to work. And the reality is, I think within the player community, I don't think there's any doubt as to what our standards and expectations are.
So you said Wednesday bullpen. Where would an extra bat to supplement the lineup be on the priority list?
Well, I think we feel really good about where our lineup is right now. There's every position basically accounted for, 13 position players. Does that mean things could change? Yes. Does it mean that we're actively looking or pursuing things? It does not. So I think that we're going to be opportunistic. We're going to be wise in the way we construct the roster. The bullpen is certainly a primary focus at this point. We feel very good about our starting pitching and our position player group. But as I've said all along, Jeff, we have a constant obligation to continue to improve our roster and put the best team on the field for our fans.
I feel like looking at the winter meetings that, obviously, like you said, there's more you still want to do. Is this a successful winter meetings for your group?
Success, I mean, we've accomplished aspects of our goals coming into the off season. Are we finished? No. And so I'm really not good at reflecting in the moment. It's just kind of on to the next thing. And we've got a lot of work left to do. There's a lot of ways to improve this club. And it's our jobs to go out and get that done. And we've got a great front office team working tirelessly to make that happen. We didn't sleep much this week. And everybody's working from home today to try to recover, but we've already been on the phone for a couple hours this morning working through things. So I don't think any of us, I think the overall message is that nobody's satisfied with the results of last year, and it's been very motivating. And we're going to keep going to give these guys the best chance possible to compete for a division title and hopefully a World Series championship.
What do you like about Jacob Webb?
He's a battle-tested player who's had success for a winning organization. We've seen him in the playoffs. He's a right-handed pitcher that can get left-handed hitters out. Really good changeup, great makeup, competitor. I think he raises the floor of our bullpen.